Hi everyone. What I've done is put together a sort of Ask Nikki video. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, or even just hear my answers to some really weird questions, stay tuned and hope you like what you see. If you were forced to be a lesbian by a new regime that suddenly overtook the United States, who would you date? This is an interesting one. I really cannot picture myself as a lesbian. I'm gonna say that I am claiming to go along with the new regime, but secretly I'm still straight. So I'm gonna date Christy Walton, the inheritor of Walmart Industries, because she is the wealthiest woman in the world. $26.5 billion, yeah. I'll date Christy Walton. In it for the money? Maybe. Next question. If you had to dance in your underwear in one public place, where would that be? Well, there's this public toilet. It's made so that it looks like a mirror from the outside, but on the inside, you can see everyone walking around as you do your business. Does that count? So that no one can actually see me? Okay, well, if that doesn't count, I'd pick a strip club so that maybe I would get paid for what I'm doing. What's the most complicated or coolest looking color guard move you can do? Actually, this isn't the most complicated. It's one of my favorites. My first year of color guard, it took me forever to learn how to do a helicopter toss or a horizontal toss because that was like one of the only tosses that had to go over my head. So letting go of that fear and finally getting the toss right felt really good. One of the best feelings I've had ever. If you had to be an animal, what would you be? Ever since, being a little kid and playing animals, you had to pick an animal. I have always had a terrible time at choosing between three of my favorite animals: the wolf, the cat, and the ferret. So those are your three answers. What is your most favoritist word ever? Currently, that word is phantasmagorical. It comes from phantasmagoria, which can refer to an exhibition of optical effects and illusions, or something that's constantly changing, kind of bizarre, fantastic sort of thing. One, it's describing something that just sounds freaking awesome. Two, it's an awesome sounding word. It can't get much better than that. How awesome is Doug Robinson? You know that feeling you get when you just know, no one has to tell you, you just know that you're the ish? He's that kind of awesome. Which water starter is the best? Now, I've played every single generation of the Pokemon games. I'm not afraid to admit that. Always thought that water was the best choice at the beginning. Obviously, water beats fire. I think all water types actually can learn ice moves, which defeat grass types. So it seemed pretty obvious to me that, water types are the best. However, Mudkip always had a special place in my heart. I loved that my Swampert had Earthquake. I thought that was badass. I love that water-ground combination. Also, Mudkip's just freaking adorable. Obviously. If you could be reincarnated into the creature of your choice other than a human, what would you choose and why? I'm going to take it actually in the direction of a shapeshifter, human-animal hybrid type thing. Kind of mysterious. Kind of awesome. You get the skills of both the creatures that you shapeshift back and forth from. So I really love shapeshifters. And animal-human hybrids are totally my thing. Question 9 is, what do you do outside your dorm? I go out to parties every once in a while. I'm not really much of a party girl. I know you all are disappointed. I don't drink, so I don't really find that all that exciting. I love playing pool. I'm god awful at it, but I'm working on it. Every once in a while I go to the gym. There's a lot of fun stuff right inside the dorm, so you don't really have to go far to have a good time. Nikki, why are you so freaking awesome, even when you correct me in my grammar? The answer to that, young grasshopper, is that it's good to be corrected, because you learn something new. Do you remember when or where we met? I can't remember if it was 6th or 7th grade. I don't remember if you were in my 6th grade music lab class, but you were definitely in my 7th grade music lab class. I remember that very well. By the way, I miss you. You moved so far away, and I don't drive. I hope you come back and visit us someday. If you were a superhero, what would your power be, and what would your superhero name be? I've been thinking about this my whole life, like, I'm not even joking. So I chose dreams and dreaming and all the stuff that goes with it. So I guess powers that would go with that would be like precognition, like seeing the future in your dreams, hypnosis, and a bit of dream telepathy. My name probably be Dreamweaver. It's got a nice ring to it, and it makes sense. Where do babies come from? Well, little kitties, gather round and I'll tell you a lovely story. When a man and a woman love each other very, very much, the man buys the woman a watermelon. She eats that watermelon. She accidentally swallows a seed. The seed goes into her stomach and grows into a watermelon. Then, when it's time for the baby to be born, the watermelon explodes and the baby comes out of a woman's vagina. That is where babies come from. Watermelons and vaginas. I hope you're happy. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ask Niki. If you have any other questions, send them to me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and I'll put it in the next Ask Niki episode.